the last video on Overpass for the day is about team play on the CT side. What that means is how to position yourself when your teammates are applying pressure elsewhere in the map, so that you can, well, like quite simply, you can support them, but that's kind of generic, so that you can make sure they get the most out of their aggression. So the point of an aggression is one, to remain unpredictable, and therefore you can disrupt the other team's default. Also, you can get picks, and you can get picks, and even if you don't get picks, you get a lot of information, which is all useful. So for this example, let's say that Savage and Daff are well, let's start with Savage. Savage is pushing connector. Maybe Daff throws that smoke. Savage runs down here, and I mean, half the time Savage gets a 3K, but sometimes no one comes here. So let's say Savage is here. He's waiting. He's listening for footsteps. Doesn't hear anything. What should Daff and C do? Because we are the support players on this in this setup. Okay, so what is how you break this apart and decide what to do is ask yourself, what does Savage need? What are the weaknesses of this position? So when you're down here, there are two bad things that can happen. First is that, no, three bad things, is that there are 5 people rushing him. That's one. Okay. The second one is that there are some people coming connector, and then there's someone who busts in through water and tries to kill him. Third one is someone wraps down from middle and tries to kill him. So Daff's job, let's say Daff goes into connector with him. Daff's job is to hold an angle like this to get information if anyone pushes mid. So that takes care of the third problem. So no one can flank Savage. And also, if they do, Daff's in a good position to get a kill and fall back. And also, if there's 5 people who rush Savage, Daff is in position to get to here and just spam suppressive fire. So while Savage is doing this, he can he does that, falls back, and Daff spams. Peeks out, shoots, Daff still spamming. Peeks out, shoots, and hopefully you can hold the rush. If you get blind and you get killed, fine. But if you're both there and in good positions, and they eco rush you, you should kill all of them between yourself. Whether that means Daff gets 5 assists or whether Daff gets 5 kills, as long as they're dead, doesn't really matter. Aside for funny games where Daff gets like 15 assists. Okay, also, this is less common, but I'll go over it quickly. If the terrorists come through water and try and peek Savage like this, Daff is in a good position to just turn around and bang some heads in. Last guy, myself. What should I do? I ask myself. To be more specific, what does Daff need? And what does the team need? Because Daff and Savage are kind of a package at the moment. They're both holding the same positions. They're taking alternate angles, but it's the same position, same area. My job is, well, I'm kind of alone on a site at this point. There's really not much I can do. So what I recommend is play a passive angle at long. I don't need to sacrifice my life to hold long, but I don't want to totally give them control. Like I don't want the terrorists to, let's see. Weapon, AK-47. Let's get in character. I don't want the terrorists to get through here and walk up on Daff and Savage and kill them this way. That would be really bad. I don't want that. I also don't want the terrorists walking into A site and flanking Otown and Salami over at B. So just playing bathrooms and helping Daff with this area is unacceptable. In a 5v5, that's I will not tolerate that, because that's just ways to lose rounds in stupid ways. So I need to watch along in some way, but I also want to be close to Daff and Savage that they can help me if there's a long rush, but also I can help them if it's a mid rush. So this is a good spot. This is good. Even if I just like hide in here, that could be really useful, because I can listen to all this stuff. Like, there's no one who's gonna walk all the way up long A, because it would take 1 minute and 45 seconds, and you only have 1 minute and 55 seconds for the round. So no one's gonna do that. Other options, like if I get up here, that could be good, like sort of an unexpected thing, and then I can still fall back in here if need be. But the point is, I can't let Daff get overrun, because if Daff gets overrun, then Savage gets overrun, and then the round is lost pretty much. Let's talk about the other site. So the last game, well, the last pub we played, Otown and I pushed water pretty much half the time. It was hilarious how bad the other team was. How you throw the molly for water is as you're passing this weird elevated tile, you throw right there, which is the 1, 2, 3, 4th balcony. And as you see, molly's the pipe. So that you can run up here, and you can hold this. And I like to flash it right as the molly fades, because you can get a spray down sometimes if they're just waiting in the pipe, waiting for the molly to fade. So anyway, so let's say Otown gets here. Otown's watching the pipe. He's just holding this angle, or he's holding an angle like this, or an angle like this. There's a lot of angles to hold. Anything like this, you can be really what's that called? Doing a really off angle, or just standing in the middle of nowhere. Doesn't really matter. So what are the worst case scenarios for Otown? Well, there could be 5 terrorists who run water, and they trade him, and then they trade him and then take B. That would be bad. Okay, so I need to watch out for that. They could run out connector and kill me. That would be bad. Or they could run out monster and wrap us both. And then they have water, and then they have B site. That would be bad. So my job, let's see, Otown's holding this. My first responsibility is connector. If they open the door, I'm spamming, so I can either hold it from here, like, I don't really want to spot it. My legs can be seen from short, but maybe something like this. I'll try not to get spammed. Yeah, something like that. But the point is, I need, like, this doesn't work. This is bad. It needs to be close enough that if they rush water, I can help. Or at least if they kill Otown, I can put them, well, I won't have them on me, actually. So if they kill Otown, I can just do that. I can just smoke it and escape. So that's what we're up to. Then what does Salami do? Now, normally, you would hold this. Well, you'd have options. You'd hold that, or you'd be on an off angle. Let's see what other things I can think of. That one's an okay angle. This is pretty good. This is unusual, but I really like it. let's see, where's that spot where you could, whatever, I think simple holds it like this. Anyway, doing something like this. The problem is that you really have nowhere to fall back to. That's the problem. And a lot of times they can throw the molly, like in the previous video, even though I missed it 6 times in a row. If they molly the barrels, you fall back to here and you're dead. There's nothing, well, you could smoke it, but even then you get up here and they just spam the smoke and you're dead. What you could do, if you're really fast, you see the molly coming, you can smoke that and then get away. And if you're confident you can do that, and if you're ready to do that, awesome, that'd be sweet. A slightly simpler route is to be in a position where you can fall back, be in a position where you can just hide. So this is good, where you can get a shot off and hide, because your job isn't even to hold the B site. Your job is to cover this. Make sure they don't wrap water, because that's the angle we're not looking at. If they come up water, especially if they're coordinated and they come out, they wrap water and they come out connector at the same time, Otown and I don't stand a chance. We have to each hit 2 headshots in a row if we're going to survive that. So Salami, if you're holding an angle like this where you can see heads, you just take a couple of pot shots at the heads, you fall back to here, or you just hold this angle so that if you're trying to get the water, you can spam them. Even if you molly water so that they don't push it, that could be helpful, but it's expensive. I think I'd rather you molly, make the bomb plant position. Another option, whoops, God mode's not on, is to hold an angle like this, so then you can join myself and Otown should they rush monster. The one downside of pushing like this is if you push out of the site, in some ways you're giving up the site. Like if they really want it, if they throw like the wall of smokes I told you guys about in the previous video, if they molly out barrels, if there's flashes, just a barrage coming over, like they can have the site and there's really nothing we can do about it. That's the downside of like pushing into these advanced CT positions. The trade-off and the reason why I'm really okay with it is because our retake's pretty solid. In that if Daff and Savage are playing on a site, Otown and I are playing in water, and Salami is playing as... Salami is actually kind of the rotator in this case, where he's he's looking for information, not kills. And when he finds information, he rotates out. He rotates to a place of safety, to a place where he can get another couple of shots off without dying. I mean, if they one bang you with an AK, that's, there's only so much you can do. But you shouldn't be in a place where you can get sprayed down. And you definitely shouldn't be staying in the open long enough to get sprayed down. So, if they take the site, then, well, what do? Then, okay, we rotate out here. We, you have to clear this angle, of course, but you can flash out monster. Maybe Salami and Seek come out here. Savage and Daff come out graffiti, and they're still worried about heaven, so they're staying in like close positions like this. And then Otown comes out. And like we're trading. The point is if we can all stay alive and if we're all in good positions, a 5v5 retake is absolutely doable. There's a reason that retake servers always have the terrorists having 1 fewer person or even 2 fewer people because they have the map control. So, but if they have 5 people in the site and some of them are tagged because Salami shot them on the way in, it's a very It's a very doable retake, especially because if there are 5 people in the site, you can kind of guess where they all are, because there's not that many spots, and there aren't many spots that are covered from water, monster, and heaven. I think this is the only one. The only good hiding spot, and it's easily mollied. So, it's not a bad idea. Let's see if I remember it. It's like that. Yep. You can just bounce it off the default box from deep heaven, and the only way anyone can, like, from back here, and the only way anyone can shoot you is if they're opping from water. In which case, Otown should easily trade, because you go, water, peek him, Otown, peek him, fuck him up. Anyway. That's all.